It's more than a game. It's about pain. It's about sacrifice. It's about this moment. Andover and Coon Rapids are no strangers on the field, and tonight will rekindle a rivalry that burns like only a border battle can. Under the Friday night lights, the Cardinals and Huskies will clash for a berth in the state tournament. It's more than a game. It's about what people remember. It's about showing your character. It's about tonight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cardinal Stadium for CTN's coverage of the Section 7 5A championship game between the top-seeded Coon Rapids Cardinals and the number 2 seed Andover Huskies. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie super excited to be here on a Friday night in early November. This is what you dream about as a kid, a chance to play football in November.
It really is. And, talking to the coaches, obviously, beforehand, I mean, this is what you plan for when you start your two-a-days, when you're in the heat of the summer, working out, late fall, obviously, or early fall. So this is an opportunity for both these clubs to advance, and I think this is going to be a really fine football game.
Well, a lot of great storylines. Of course, Andover and Coon Rapids, former conference rivals, have not seen each other in 3 years. The recent history between the two teams has definitely favored the Huskies. And then you have the storyline on the flip side. Coon Rapids' first time in more than a decade that they've been in a section championship. On the flip side, Andover's been to 4 state tournaments in the last 6 years.
They're a successful program, and Coach Rich Wilkie is a great coach. He's been coaching since the inception, since they started Andover High School, and he knows this school. This school knows him, so this should be really a knockdown, drag-out fight.
Well, and it's going to be a defensive battle. 2 great defenses on the field tonight. Andover's offense, of course, got a lot of chatter after the 62 points they put up against Duluth East in the semifinal, but it's really about the defense for the Huskies.
And led by Jack Sharon. He's a Division I prospect, and he's going to be all over the field. 100 tackles, 13 for loss on the season. Cardinals are going to have to try and do something against him, keep him away, try and chip him, get a player on him, keep him out of the action, because he is very active, very good defensive player.
Well, and for Coon Rapids, it's certainly been the defense that has led the march, especially weathering the storm when the Cardinals had a lot of offensive injuries. But on the offensive side of the ball, this team has so many athletes, and they got a big addition last week when Sonny Tower returned to the lineup. He's a great spark plug for this team. He's so quick. He's so he's elusive, and when he gets the ball in space, he can make things happen.
Well, definitely, and they're going to use that bubble screen, and they're going to try and obviously block with their receivers. But he is right. He's not the biggest young man, but he is quick. As you mentioned, he's elusive, and they're going to do a lot of different things to get him involved in this offense tonight.
Well, one of the great things, and when he first went down, that the Cardinals kind of lost that spark, their offense off that bubble screen, makes the cornerbacks on the other side of the ball stay close to the line of scrimmage, which is very dangerous when you have guys like Yvonne Shannon, Jordan Doe, and Ryan Garlick trying to get downfield against you.
I mean, there's so many good athletes on that side of the ball for Coon Rapids, and the defense for Andover is going to have to be wary of that. But they know, they see a lot of tape. They know what Coon Rapids is like to do. I think you're going to see a number of wrinkles here on both sides of the ball.
And it should be a fun one close to the very end. The winner moves on to the state tournament. It's the Section 7 5A championship next on CTN. Nice hands, drives and Fans are cold, but they're excited and ready to watch some football. Section championship at Coon Rapids High School has not happened in at least 23 years.
Yeah, it's such an exciting night. You can feel it in the air. The atmosphere is just amazing. Had a chance to a couple of times today to talk to Coach Russin, and the boys are ready. The boys, they say if we just continue to play our game, do what we've taught them to do, coach them up the way we have coached them up, they'll do the same thing. Again, same thing on the other side. Head coach Rich Wilkie, been doing it for a long time. Good friend to us and certainly a great guy. Talked about the same thing. He says just they're healthy. They come in at an opportunity after a big win, as you talked about last week over Duluth East. And this is a club that loves to throw the ball, and they play really good defense. It's gonna be a good one tonight.
Well, and both teams really just blew up on their opponents in the semifinals. Coon Rapids ran up the score right away at the beginning against St. Francis. Which they went on to win 40-0. But they scored 21 points in just 7 plays and less than 2 minutes on offense to start that game.
Yep.
And for Andover, they piled on a lot of those points after, late in the game. It was a little closer early on.
So the Cardinals will put their defense on the field first. They'll give the ball to that Husky offense that is good. Talked to Coach Weber. Said, "What do you need to do?" And said, "Just got to make the quarterback uncomfortable and get him out of the pocket." We'll see what they do here to start the game on defense.
Alex Findlay to kick it away, and this game is underway. A line drive kick is going to split the two return men and go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Huskies will start 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Well, offensively for Coach Wilkie, he said what we need to do is we must have the momentum up front. Coon Rapids front 4 is so good. Front 3 is so good. And it's something that we have to do. We have to be able to control the point of attack, and we have to keep our quarterback clean.
Elijah Alexander will start the game under center. The single setback is Dylan Frost. He'll drop back into the pistol, send a man in motion. Play action, pass is incomplete on the right side, intended for Ben Steckman. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Both teams, obviously, they're going to put some wrinkles in their system for this game. They're going to show some things and some looks that neither team has seen all year long.
Two receivers either side for Alexander on 2nd and 10. Come up to the line, switch the play, drop back into a more standard shotgun formation, going over the top, and the pass is complete, and a huge gain into Coon Rapids territory. Just the speed of a go-go AFA.
FA just did a really nice job of getting behind the defense. He's the leading receiver on this squad. He's got 43 catches for 524 yards and 7 scores, averages over 12 yards a catch. Did a nice job of bringing that one in.
And got it to the Coon Rapids 40-yard line, a gain of 40 yards. Handoff goes up the middle, and Frost stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Ran into Jordan Nolan.
We saw Jordan go out in that game last week. Tweaked that ankle that had been bothering him, but I talked to the coaches today. He said it's going to take a lot to keep him off this field tonight.
2nd and 10, Alexander out of the shotgun. Movement up front, and Ty King got a little anxious. It'll give him 5 yards.
Offsides. Defense, number 44. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Down on the field is Jen Halverson. Jen.
Thanks, Joe. I spoke with Coon Rapids defensive coach Mike Weber earlier today, and he told me Andover likes to go fast and throw the ball vertically. The Cardinals want to switch it up on the Huskies' offense tonight and take Andover's quarterback Elijah Alexander out of the pocket. They want to force him to run the ball. The Huskies have not faced a defense, like you were saying, Howie, like the Coon Rapids front seven so far this season, and especially like their middle three. Coach Weber's confidence is high, though, noting that the Cardinals have tricks up their sleeve no one has seen before. Joe?
All right, thank you, Jen. And they did force him out of the pocket. Pocket collapsed quickly. He tried to run it up the gut, got back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5 now from the Coon Rapids 35. Alexander out of the shotgun. 2 receivers either side. Cardinals showing blitz in the middle. Alexander drops back now. Chase sacked by Miles Taylor. He'll lose 6.
Again, just that front pressure up front for Coon Rapids did such a nice job. And they talked about winning that battle at the point of attack, and just a great job by the defense to take them out of 3rd and 5. And you're going to see, I mean, again, just look at the push up the middle by Miles. He's not going to let his man control him.
Well, and I was thinking it was probably 4-down territory, but with 4th and 11 from the 41, they'll bring the punt team out.
Yeah, in a game like this, obviously you don't want to give up good field position.
Hostad, a high, short punt. Cardinals will clear out. It'll take an Andover roll, and it'll be down at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, good job for that defense. Thanks to a sack by Miles Taylor to put him out of that thought of should we go for it on 4 downs. And they're going to turn the ball over here to the Cardinal offense. We'll see what Coon Rapids offensively has to offer on their first drive.
Well, they'll start backed up, 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. Jake Van Holzen, a great return to the lineup last week as well. Had 2 rushing touchdowns, threw for 4 more. Jordan Doe, the man in motion. Handoff goes to Jeebly, finds a seam up the middle, spins, tries to get away, dives forward. Out across the 20 to the 21, a gain of 8.
We talked about David Jeebly all the time and how elusive and quick he is, and you saw it there. And again, just if he's able to get a little bit of a seam, he's so quick, he's able to get through that and pick up some positive yardage.
2nd and 3 from the 21. Doe in motion again. Again, the give to Jeebly. Dances his way through the middle. And we'll have a 1st down out across the 25.
Yeah, a little misdirection there. And again, you've got to, if you're an Andover defense, you have to be so concerned what Coon Rapids is going to do on the offensive side of the ball. They have such good athletes on the squad.
And you run Jordan Doe across the formation and fake the give. You have to respect that he might get that ball, and if he gets around the corner, he may give up a big score. Shotgun now with both guys in the backfield. They sprint Doe out to the left. Handoff still goes to Jeebly. Sprints through, breaks free, has a big 1st down out across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Now, the key right now is that Coon Rapids is doing a good, and this is early on quite obviously, but doing a good job at the point of attack, winning that battle up front. Look at the hole that he has to run through. Those big guys up front are doing such a nice job of pushing bodies away and opening up opportunities for David Jeebly like you saw there.
3 plays, all runs by Jeebly, and 32 yards. Little swing pass to Jordan Doe is off the fingertips, incomplete.
I mean, you talked about Jordan Doe and what a playmaker he is as well. And, you know, to get the ball in his hands in open space, as you mentioned, it's going to be difficult for this Andover defense because you have to realize you've got Sonny Tao, you've got Yvonne Shannon, you've got Doe, you've got Garlic, you've got so many weapons on this team that you have to be concerned about each and every one.
And they've got more guys, Cedillo and Morange on the sideline that can come in and contribute. Swing pass to Ryan Garlic. He slipped and fell down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of yardage.
You know, definitely not what they wanted here in this situation. It's 3rd and long. And this is where your big boys up front are going to pay off for you in terms of protection. You see Jake's numbers from a week ago.
That's a decent night.
That's not bad. 4 touchdowns.
3 receivers to the left on 3rd and 13. Garlic alone on the right side. Jeebly in the backfield with Van Holzen. Looks left, waits, now steps up, wants to run, got dropped in the backfield. Flag comes in late, but that's mostly going to be against the Cardinals and most likely going to be declined.
Yeah, it is definitely against the Cardinals. And a great tackle there as well as Van Holzen trying to get to the outside. There's the hold.
I don't know if that was
holding number 77 of the offense. That penalty is declined. That brings up 4th down.
And no surprise, on 4th and 15, they'll run Tarnu and the punt unit out.
That was Eddie Boyer on the tackle for the Huskies. And again, both Coon Rapids able to move the ball a little bit on their first drive as well, but they will punt it away here.
Tarnu, a good punt. Tremblay will take it and avoid the first defenders. He'll get around to the right side, get some blocks, and a huge return for the Huskies. Hit hard by Tarnu as he gets close to the Cardinal 40. He's right back to the line of scrimmage where the Cardinals punted from.
Yeah, again, as you talked about, getting past that first special teams player, he's able to take off and use his speed to get that positive yardage and give the Andover Husky offense a really good starting spot here for their second drive.
That was a net punt of 1 yard.
That was Miles Taylor with the tackle.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
He's a little bit harder hitter than is Tarnu. I just figured last guy back, it was probably the punter.
You'd think.
And this similar looking single digit.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the Cardinal 42. They give to Frost, who's tripped up but dives forward, gains a couple.
You know, Coach Wilkie talked about special teams are going to have to play a big part in this game as well, and you saw just a great return to give them excellent field position.
Let's go, boys!
And now 2nd and 6 from the Coon Rapids 38. Hand off again to Frost. Able to work his way forward for another short gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, Frost comes into this game averaging a little over 6 yards a carry.
It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 36. Nearly the identical field position where Miles Taylor got the sack and forced him to punt first time they had the ball.
Yeah, you talk to your offensive line to make sure you block that young man if you're Andover.
Alexander changing things up, steps back on 3rd and 4. Play action. Alexander with time, now in trouble, sacked. This time it's Jordan Nolan getting to him and dropping him for a big loss. Nearly same situation and nearly same result. Cardinal defense coming up with a big stop, and instead of again having that is it 4-down territory, you send the punting unit out on 4th and 10.
Yeah, again, great coverage sack on that play because he did not have any opportunity to throw the ball downfield. Great job by the defensive backs to cover up those receivers and not give them that good look.
A little more than 5 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. No score yet. A couple of punts for the Huskies, one for the Cardinals. Doe will clear out, and this is going to take an Andover roll and be downed at about the 12-yard line. A flag on the play.
Might be offsides on Andover, I believe. Coach Weber's pointing that way. Our referee, Gerald Leader, can tell us what the play infraction was.
Can they take it here and go? Post kick. Take it on.
Illegal formation. 5 players in the backfield. Offense. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. 1st down, Coon Rapids.
So they elect to take it at the end of the kick rather than make him kick it again. And the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Just under 5 minutes now. And again, the Cardinals looking at long field, so defenses struggle early, not surprising. Field position battle going to the Huskies so far. Van Holzen on the keeper Found a good seam, got good blocking. He'll pick up about 8.
He was tracked down by Colin Weekle on the play, but again, you know, you were so concerned about him throwing the ball because he's an excellent passer. He's also an excellent runner, and you can see it there. We've seen it a number of times this year how he's done. You look at the game last week and that big win over St. Francis. Big run for their first score.
And we've got an injury timeout, a Andover player being looked at. It's Jack Barstow.
I would certainly hope he's okay.
And for Coon Rapids, an opportunity to get the offense back together in a good position here. 2nd and short, a lot of things you can do with that.
Yeah, you can open up your playbook in that situation.
Barstow able to get up and walk to the sidelines under his own power. That's
excellent.
Definitely encouraging. Yep. 2nd and 1 from the 27. Quarterback option doesn't fool the Huskies. It'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, they may lose a little bit on that play. You're right, though. Good job by the defense collapsing in and around Jake Van Hulsen. Didn't bite on the fake.
Owen Youngren sealing the edge. He will lose a little bit. 3rd and about 3.
Still a manageable 3rd down.
Big play right here for the Coon Rapids offense.
It really is.
Got to find a way to keep the chains moving, at least get the field position flipped. Send Doe off to the right side. Handoff goes to Jeebly. Ball came out, took a big dive back, and just diving on top of it is Jake Van Hulsen. The Cardinals are going to be punting from their own end zone.
Yeah, not the way that they wanted that drive to end. A little bit of miscommunication as Van Hulsen talks to Jeebly on that. We'll see it again.
4th and a whole bunch.
Yeah, it just didn't get a clean handoff on that. I'm not sure he would have gained the 1st down had he had the ball. But Jake, fortunately, was smart enough to make sure he fell on it.
Oh, back to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, but not the greatest situation for your punter to be in. But he's not right against the line.
High punt, not very deep. Tremblay makes the fair catch at the 42-yard line, exactly where they were when they punted it away.
So both offenses not able to put points up on the board here early on in this contest. We talked about it's going to be a defensive struggle, and it certainly has started off that way for both squads.
Well, for the Huskies, that's okay so far because they've played most of the game on the opposite side of the 50.
They have.
Really only a couple of plays on their side, and then that big pass play to AFA that got them to about this spot. And twice in this area of the field, the Cardinals have come up with big stops.
They see 10 sacks on the season for Miles Taylor so far. He's been an animal out there.
Alexander backs off, chased, rolls right, spins away, and able to pick up a decent gain. He'll gain about 5 after the good pressure chased him out of the pocket.
Well, and again, that's what Coach Weber, Jen had talked about it too, is what Coach Weber wants to do for his defense is force him out of the pocket because he's not a good thrower on the run, and he's not a quality runner like Van Hulsen is. And so, I mean, you take that part of their game that you give them, and if you take the running game away from the running back and force that quarterback to throw, they feel it's a defensive win.
Swing the pass to Frost. Cardinals are there. Corey trips him up. Taylor finishes him off. Loss of yardage.
Again, just the little bit of the quick swing pass and with this defense, you're right. The initial move by Corey to get a hand on down low, and Miles Taylor to make sure he brought him to the turf.
3rd and 7 from the 39. Elijah Alexander out of the shotgun. Straight drop, has time, looks left, throws, pass is complete. And that will be a first down.
Yep.
To Keaton Lukum, and he's a little slow. Oh, he lost the shoe.
I don't know, they're not moving the chains yet.
It looked like where he went, of course the sticks are on the far side of the field, but it looked like where he went out that it would be enough for the first down.
That's not.
And it's not. It's going to be 4th and inches. They're gonna measure him.
Yeah, I would think they should measure at this situation. I'm sure Coach Wilkie would want them to measure.
Lukum will head back to his sideline to put his shoe back on. They're not going to measure.
Oh, no.
It's going to be 4th and inches. A little less than 90 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. If the Cardinal defense could come up with a stop here, it would be huge.
Huge.
Handoff goes to Frost, left side, big hole around the corner, and he's got a first down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line.
And again, just a great job up front offensively for the line for Andover, just sealing that edge off and letting Frost get to the outside. You look at it, you stand up Jeevely there, and Frost has nobody to give him trouble as he gains that edge. Let's see Frost's number from last week, 9 carries, 60 yards, and a couple of scores against the Northeast. Not bad.
1st and 10 from the 17. Frost gets the carry, dragged down in the backfield by Jordan Nolan.
Yeah, he's going to lose a yard.
Huskies threatening in the red zone as we tick down here at the end of the first quarter. 2nd and 11 from the 18. Handoff goes to Frost. Tries that right side. Finds very little room. Back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he's just going to get to that original line. And that should do it for the quarter.
Looks like they will walk off. It looked like the Andover coaching staff wanted to try a quick snap and get one more play in.
Of the first quarter.
But they will not. We will go to the end of the first quarter. No score, but Andover threatening. You're watching CTN's coverage of the Section 7 5A Championship. Winston, nice hands, drives and fan section fired up for tonight's championship contest, a trip to the football state tournament on the line between the Cardinals and the Huskies. No score, but Andover threatening deep in the Cardinal end, 3rd and 10 from the Coon Rapids 17.
Yeah, how could you not be excited here at this contest? What a great environment. There's Red, always in the house. Making sure that he's warm enough.
Cardinal defense has found a way to stop the Huskies offense each time they have gotten into their end, but this is definitely the deepest they have been.
Yeah, big play here, third and 10, obviously 4-down territory.
Play action. Alexander looking over the middle, double coverage, incomplete. Tone Manos and Ryan Corey both there on the coverage.
Yeah, just a little bit too much. He's getting right in the middle of between Corey and Manos.
Jack Sheeran, the intended receiver.
We talked about Jack Sheeran as a defensive stalwart. Now they're going to attempt a field goal here.
This will be from 34, and it is blocked. Ethan Tedrow got there and got both hands on it, and it's blocked.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge. Ty King comes away with the football, but great job by that special teams play to block that football. And again, the snap was just a bit high. See it again, snap a bit high, got it down, but Tedrow's right there. You get a big mid on it, and that's huge. That's huge. And look at it's a battle up front, but a great job by Ethan Tedrow. Wasn't sure where the ball was, but a great job getting a hand on it, making sure that field goal does not go through.
Defense and special teams comes up big again. Still no score. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals from their own 22. They look long right away. Incomplete. Pass a little underthrown. And Garlick had to try to come back to it.
And at that point, Garlick's got to make sure that ball's not intercepted. He's got to turn to defense. As Jake didn't have all he needed on that pass.
Best starting field position for the Cardinals so far tonight. Handoff goes to Jeebly, and he is hit almost immediately.
He's pounded by Jack Sheeran. He just pounded him to the turf. We talked about him in the opening, and the Cardinals certainly have some big hitters on their side of the defensive ball, but obviously the Huskies do as well. So now 3rd and long.
He's got illegal pants. He cut his knee pads off.
Apparently he's got some illegal pants. They're just noticing it now.
I'm not sure who they were talking about.
They're talking about Avant.
You're illegal too after this play. What? You're illegal too after this play. Your left knee pad is halfway up your side.
Talking about his knee pad being too far up.
Van Holzen waits, steps up, fakes the throw, now wants to run. He's beyond the line of scrimmage, and he's taken down after a short gain, and the Cardinals will go 3 and out for the second time in a row.
Yeah, and again, you've got a defense that is moving to the ball, and really not much Jake could do in terms of running. He was going to have to pick up what he could.
So the Cardinals with a couple of receivers, apparently they got to get some fixed pants before they can get back on the field.
And again, nowhere for Jake to go.
Tremblay to return, standing just inside his own 40-yard line. A little better position for Tarnu to punt this time, standing at the 12. And a good boot. It'll bounce and take a Coon Rapids roll. And this will, I believe, be the Huskies' worst starting field position at the 29. No, they had the first 10 from the 20.
Yeah.
But they seem to have been in plus territory, certainly more than the Cardinals have so far in this first half.
Well, they really have. And again, I mean, really neither offense doing too much here so far as Reds having a good time.
Again, you don't get this opportunity every year.
No.
Fake the give, the keeper by Alexander. He's hit as he gets to the 30, a gain of a yard.
Ball carried by number 13.
Jeebly's going to bring him down.
Down on the play by number 23, David Jeebly.
He's having a hard time keeping that hand warmer on his uniform. It's the second time he had to throw it to the sideline.
Second and 9. Alexander with 3 receivers to the left. Lukum, the lone receiver on the right side at the bottom of your screen. Good protection, looking for Lukum. That pass is picked off by Joseph Tardew.
Wow.
What a great job of battling for position and coming down with the catch in traffic. Outstanding interception by number 8.
He was running step for step with Keaton. Lukum, you can see it there. Tardew doing a nice job. I mean, look at him, step for step, and the concentration to hold on to that football was amazing by Tardew. Now he's again, Shannon not able to stay on the field. They immediately pulled him off for that knee pad violation. That's Joseph's 6th pick of the season.
Outstanding.
Huge.
His best, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Handoff goes to Jeebly. Finds a block and another one. Great block by Morangi and springs him down the sideline. Jeebly wrapped up and taken down inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line.
Oh, Lucky it was a nice job to spring him there. And we've talked about the speed of Jeebly. He's able to gain that edge. What a nice run.
Well, and how often has the defense sparked the offense for the Cardinals this season? Here they go. Right after they get the interception by Tardew, they get a big offensive play in there deep into Andover territory, and this one doesn't go. And that should be a
flag. They blew the whistle.
There were whistles blown, and I don't know how you don't. I could hear the whistles with my headsets on way up here.
As could I. How do you not blow it? That's head scratching.
He will lose yardage, but only a couple before they had stopped the call, long before he was driven to the turf. If you'll pardon my op-ed on the matter.
They should have thrown a flag there.
2nd and 12. Play action. Throw over the middle, pass complete to Lucky Morangi, into the end zone, touchdown Cardinals!
Yeah, just a great job. Lucky did a nice job of cutting into the middle of the field in order to get the stripe.
Just getting a block on the outside. We've talked about it all season long. The outstanding downfield blocking by this receiver core, and here we talked about it at the beginning, and we talked about all the athletes that were on the field, and Lucky's one that I talked about being on the sideline. That's how deep this team is with their athleticism, and a huge catch and run for Lucky Morangi.
Yeah, turnovers lead to points, and that's what Coon Rapids, as you mentioned, Joe, has been doing well all year long. And again, the Cardinals make Andover pay for that interception.
The Cardinals going to go for 2 here. And the ball on the ground, and it's not what they wanted. 6-0.
Lucky finds pay dirt. Again, just, and a nice fake to Jeebly. The defense has to respect the fact that the Cardinals run the ball well, and then a nice job of Jake to deliver it to Lucky. And as you talked about, the blocking was phenomenal, and Lucky able to gain the stripe.
The huge run by David Jeebly to start it. The huge catch and run by Lucky Morangi. to put the Cardinals on the board here in the second quarter.
Lucky. Now that's a great scene. I love that. I love to see that.
Well, Lucky's just, I mean, he's a kid that didn't really play football, I don't think, before this year. Obviously, we saw him play basketball last year, and he was outstanding.
Yes, he was.
And he's come out. He's a good athlete. Most notably, he's done some of that great downfield blocking for this team. But here he is in the biggest game of the year, comes up with a huge catch and run. Findley's kick, end over end. Tremblay will defer. It is bobbled and dropped, scooped back up. And Culmus able to get a pretty good return out across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
A little trickery by Andover. Fortunately, the special teams for Coon Rapids able to eventually sniff it out. But this is a pretty good spot to start that drive here.
Ball placed at their 33-yard line, 7:30 to play in the first half. Andover takes over, trailing 6-0. Handoff goes to Frost in the middle. He's out across the 35 to the 36-yard line, a gain of 3.
Yeah, a little short gain there. Again, continue to try to test the middle of the Cardinal defense. You know, they don't waste a lot of time getting back to the line. They want to, obviously, they want to try and catch this defense by surprise.
Or at least keep them from huddling
exactly.
up. Third and 7 from their 36. Alexander, play action. Looking long, and AFA just out of his reach. He was behind the defense, and the pass just overthrown.
Yeah, that pass is a little bit shorter. That may have been that probably would have been a score.
Yeah, he's obviously fast.
Quick.
He had the big catch on the opening possession for the Huskies. And he had a step on the two safeties.
And Alexander knows it's him. He's taking the blame for it. He says that pass was on me. I should have hit that a little bit better. There you see the numbers for the Huskies on third down, 0 of 4.
No one has converted a third down. Defense has come up big on every third down. 3rd and 7, Alexander chased, throws, pass complete, and a first down to midfield to Keaton Lukum.
Yeah, Lukum just able to set down in that kind of soft part of the defense, and Alexander does a nice job of stepping up and then firing it. You can see a little bit of pressure coming up the middle. He's going to have to bypass Nolan, and then he sees him there, and nice throw for the first down.
Ball right at midfield, 1st and 10. Play action. Pass to the left side, complete to Duvnak, and he's got a first down inside the Coon Rapids 40 to the 38.
Again, you know, Huskies want to throw the ball. They're going to try and do as much as they, obviously they're going to have to try and mix up a little bit of the run just to keep the defense honest, but they like to throw the ball, and you see they've got some good opportunities, good plays in their system to gain positive yardage.
Play action again. Over the middle looking for AFA and incomplete. Turned him inside out a little bit. And the flag comes in. I don't even know that there was contact, but they're going to talk about it. I saw AFA go down. I thought it was because he got turned around.
Let's take another look at it and see if we see any contact. Oh,
you can't do that.
If they call it, well, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, you can't do that. Even if you're just trying to keep yourself from running over him, you can't extend your arms.
After the play was over, personal foul, number 5 of the defense, unnecessary roughness, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And that's a costly
Huge.
penalty.
Huge.
At this point of the field. So instead of being 2nd and 10 from the 38, it's 1st and 10 from the Coon Rapids 23.
On that curl route right here. Oh, yeah, I just want to make sure, right?
Coach Russin getting a little clarification from one of our officials.
Tone, you gotta see three, Tone! Tone, you gotta see three!
Well, again, the Cardinal defense is going to be tested with their backs to the wall. 1st and 10 from the 23. Anderson drops back, and he's chased from the pocket and going to be able to gain positive yardage, but Ty King got tackled at the backfield.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's a call that they should make. Let's take a look at it again and see.
I mean, how is that not a hold?
It's just awful. It's an awful non-call.
2nd and 5 from the 18. And this one will back them up.
False start. 57 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
I mean, I understand that we're homers.
No, come on. We've never been accused of being a homer.
We see the games through Cardinals tinted shades.
But
if
that
one was
obvious,
pretty clean and right in front of your head official who is the backfield judge.
Yeah, it's we are definitely homers, and there's no question about that. And if it was close, it's one thing, but that was pretty blatant to me.
So now it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 22. Alexander throws to the corner, incomplete, off the fingertips of Duvnak right at the goal line.
Yeah, he tried to stretch out for that one, just couldn't bring it in. Again, pretty good protection for Alexander. He's got time to look down the field. Just past his outstretched fingers. You see the Huskies number 1 of 5 on 3rd down.
On 3rd and long. Blitz is coming. They set up the screen. Cardinals were ready for it, and Frost is buried in the backfield.
Yeah, he's fortunate he was able to catch that too, because there are a couple of defenders. He had to make sure he caught that so it would not be intercepted.
So it'll be 4th and 11. Lavelle McGrone on the coverage, staying with his man Frost out of the backfield. Yeah, it's got to be 4-down territory here inside the 25, 4th and 11. The pass goes backwards. Looking to throw is Frost, a big wobbly duck to the end zone. It's knocked away at the end into double coverage. Pleading for a flag is Keaton Lukum. It will not come, and the Cardinals will take over on down.
Huge defensive stand for the Cardinals, able to come away, and Andover comes away empty when they had a pretty good opportunity to score. I like the play, good design, but you've got the defenders back there.
Yeah, and Lukum's calling for it, but you can do that. Hand check, head is back on the ball.
You're looking for the ball.
Great coverage by Joseph Tarnu.
Yeah, you're looking
He's
for
having
that.
a nice contest.
Yes, he really is. It's one thing if his head was turned away from the football, but he's got as much right for that football as the receiver.
Play action. Chased back the other way is Van Holzen. He'll take off. He'll get a good block downfield from Ryan Garlick, and that'll secure the 1st down before he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, defense went the other way, and he realized it quickly, and with his speed, he's able to gain that edge. And you have to be concerned about Doe coming across the field looking for the fake handoff.
Well, it was supposed to be play action, and they were looking for a receiver on the left side, but when the whole defense was over there, that's the play they wanted originally, and that didn't quite work out as That was well over the head of Avant Sheehan.
Well, Avant
second down.
He must have fixed his
Well, he's
uniform
got tape
issues.
on there
Yeah.
and keep his pants down. Across his knees.
He may have to make some adjustments at halftime to that uniform because I don't know how comfortable that tape can be there. I don't know if that limits him at all.
I don't think so. Although it probably feels different than when he's used to. So many receivers,
absolutely.
Don't wear those knee pads, and that's maybe why our official was looking for it. Jeebly on the handoff, waits for a hold to develop. Not much there. Gain of a couple. It'll be third down. Out to the 38, 3rd and 6.
Cardinals hold 3 and 3rd. Looking big play to get their first third down conversion right here.
And they're trying to set up the screen. They let the defense through, maybe underestimated the speed of the Husky defense.
Boyer again.
Byers' second sack.
Yeah, there was 3 Andover players there. He was thrown right into that pressure.
Timeout, Andover. That's their first of the half. Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes, 3 seconds. Thank you.
We're going to put 10 seconds back on the clock.
And a smart timeout by Coach Wilkie.
Absolutely.
Coon Rapids will get the ball to start the second half. So far, the defense has held strong for the Cardinals.
Well, we certainly hope you like what you're seeing, but we also hope that you like us on Facebook. That's all I'm saying. Just like us. We don't ask for a lot. We're very humble, Joe and I. Pretty soon it's going to be those wonderful winter sports, Joe, coming around the corner. I know you're somewhat like hockey. I know you're not as big a fan as I am, but you're definitely you're okay. Medium lukewarm hockey. But
yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right. That game where they play on ice.
I thought that was curling.
Curling.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
I know
of
you're
curling.
Yeah, I know you're a
hockey.
Huge fan.
Curling. If you make me watch it, I'll watch it.
But I know you've got that package on your TV, World Curling Championships.
Yeah. Nightly contests from around the world.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to watch out for that team from Bangladesh.
Oh, Denmark. The team from Denmark and the team from Spain is kind of an up-and-coming unit.
Tardu on to punt again for the Cardinals, standing now at his own 18-yard line. Tremblay is the deep man for the Huskies. He's had one big return so far tonight. This one, a punt toward the right sideline. It will bounce and take an Andover roll out of bounds out beyond the 40, so great field position for the Huskies to come back on the field.
Yeah, still plenty of time remaining in this opening half to try and get some points on the board for Coach Wilkie and his men.
And the biggest defensive possession of the ball game so far for the Coon Rapids Cardinals, really. Ball right at the 40-yard line. That's where Elijah Alexander and the Huskies will take over. 2:55 remaining first half. They trail this section championship 6-0. Handoff to Frost in the middle. Good blocking. Good downfield push by the Andover offensive line. A gain of 5.
Yeah, they'd like to have a nice sustained drive and take the final 2:40 off the clock with points on the board. Obviously, you don't want to give it back to Coon Rapids. And you did mention that the Cardinals will get the second half kickoff.
Play action. Alexander in trouble. Sack. Ball came out. I think the Cardinals think he was
Alexander
able to get
fell
back on top of it. It looked like Miles might be able to get on top of it. That was McGrone again coming in on the blitz and getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free.
Oh, yeah.
Miles
Miles almost had a hand on it. He's very fortunate he was able to fall on that. Now third and really long with 2 minutes remaining, under 2 minutes now.
3rd and 14. And the Huskies will call a timeout.
Andover. Their second of the half.
Well, I'm surprised the Cardinals didn't take a timeout 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, I was as well.
But Andover wound the clock down, I think, and just want to make sure they have the right play. This is 3rd and long. And in a spot on the field where if you don't make it here, you can punt and put the Cardinals on a long field. But in a spot where if you are able to convert here, you've still got plenty of time to try and even the score or take a lead with an extra point.
Well, and if you talk about that defensive strategy here too. Obviously, 3rd and very long, 3rd and 14. Just keep that ball in front of you in this situation, and not let them pick up that 3rd and 14.
Well, their 1 3rd down conversion was a 3rd and long.
Yep.
And that was one where Lucum kind of leaked into the soft spot of the zone and showed his number to Alexander. Handoff goes to Frost. He's going to be tackled after a gain of about 4, 4th down. And now Coon Rapids will call timeout.
Yeah. So the Huskies will have to punt the ball away to Coon Rapids, and Coon Rapids has a 1.5 minutes.
Timeout, Coon Rapids. Their first of the half.
And a good hold, 3 and out for the defense.
Absolutely. And he get good pressure. I mean, you saw him bring that pressure. We're live on so many different platforms, and YouTube certainly being one of them. Except in the playoffs. All right. Thank you. I was just going to say that. But we've got winter sports coming up here soon as well. But make sure you catch us everything we do. You can watch our replays. Of course, the game will be replayed once midnight hits.
So Ryan Hostad out to punt it away. Jordan Doe back to return for the Cardinals here. Just a tick over 90 remaining in the first half. Lone score goes to Coon Rapids, a reception by Lucky Morange. High kick, fair catch by Doe at the 26-yard line.
So you got 1:26 remaining here on a pretty long field.
Well, I think for Coon Rapids, you definitely want to burn the rest of this clock.
Yes.
But you would like to also add points.
Yeah, but the add points, you're going to have to probably
you have to protect
throw
the
it,
football.
and you have to throw it. You do not want to turn over in this situation, quite obviously.
2 timeouts.
Plenty of time.
If you got the sidelines, and you also have, obviously, the clock stops for the chains to move. Handoff goes to Jeebly. Big hole in the middle. Spins. Has a first down. Keeps his feet moving. He's out across the 40 to the 45-yard line. A gain of 19.
And you also have a pretty good field goal kicker, too, if you can get it in that range, if you've got that opportunity.
Oh, gain of 20. They'll put it at the 46. You can keep running it if you're going to get 20 each time.
Yeah.
He's been so good at leaving it, keeping his feet moving. The receiver screen to Sonny Tao down the sidelines and out of bounds inside the 35 with another first down.
Yeah, and he really did a nice job of keeping himself in bounds. Are they going to call a hold on Coon Rapids?
Holding, offense, number 4. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, first down.
Let's see if we can see where there was a hold.
Well,
there he is.
Jordan Doe right there, and he definitely got his hands outside.
You got to keep him
Hostad.
inside. Yeah, I get it. That's a good call.
So let's just try it again because it was 10 yards downfield, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 46 again. But it does erase a 20-yard gain. Handoff goes to Jeebly, avoids pressure in the backfield, and gets upfield for another 1st down into the Andover territory to the 40. And to be fair, that one was looked to be a tackle on the Cardinals offensive lineman. So apparently that one is free game today. 1st and 10 from the 39. A couple of big runs by Jordan Doe. We're down to 45 seconds remaining in the half. Coon Rapids leading this one 6-0. Winner goes to the state tournament. On the keeper, Van Holzen finds a seam and nearly broke free. He'll get 9 to the 39-yard line, and the Cardinals will call a timeout.
They have to at this point.
Timeout, Coon Rapids. Their 2nd of the half.
So they still have 1 timeout in their pocket, 33 seconds remaining, moving the ball well against this defense here on this drive.
Agreed.
Boy, Joe, I tell you, if they could come away with some points here in this, and then with getting the ball back, that would be huge.
It would be very, very big. And unfortunate that, you finally get that pass to Sonny Tao. They haven't really gone to it much. It is definitely something that sparks this offense because he is so dangerous.
Yep.
That'll keep the cornerbacks close to the line of scrimmage, which should give a chance for Jordan Doe and Avant Shannon. Ryan Garlick get over the top.
And just using your speed, which they do so well.
Ryan Garlick will line up wide to the right. Jordan Doe in the slot on that side. He'll go in motion. Fake the give, the throw over the top, looking for Avant Shannon. It is picked off at the 5-yard line. And looking for a big return is Andrew Schumacher.
A block in the back.
And there's a couple of flags on the field. Shuey issued out of bounds on the far sideline, though. A huge pick for the Husky defense.
Yeah, he just kind of threw that one up a little bit. I mean, he had to get rid of it too. But you're going to see a block in the back.
After the
right there.
interception, illegal block in the back. Number 51 of the intercepting team. That penalty will be enforced 10 yards. 1st down, Andover.
Well, Andover has to feel pretty good about that, Joe. The fact that they intercepted that pass to make sure that Coon Rapids didn't get any additional points on
Well, and now
the board.
backed up deep in their own end with only seconds remaining. Do you take a knee or do you take a shot?
I think you take a knee.
Well, we'll see. If Coach Wilkie agrees, it does look as if they are lining up in the victory position.
I didn't think you could take a knee in shotgun. And that'll do it.
A quick knee, and the Huskies will head to the locker room. Coon Rapids has a 6-0 lead. It's halftime, Section 7-5A championship
first half
on CTN.
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Halftime of the Section 7-5A championship. Coon Rapids a 6-0 lead over the Andover Huskies. Down on the sidelines with Cardinal head coach Nick Russin is our Jen Halverson. Jen?
Coach, you held Andover to 0 points in this first half. What is your defense doing so well against them right now?
You know, they're doing what they usually do. Playing together as a unit, they're getting some pretty good pressure on the quarterback. They're stopping the run, just got to make sure nothing over the top, clean up kind of some more pass coverage stuff. But they're just playing how they've done all year.
We've seen glimpses of the offense making explosive plays. They did score, but what do you want to see to make that more effective going into the second?
Yeah, just keep executing. We're taking some shots, taking some risks like we talked about. But again, keep playing together as a unit, take your good steps, kind of clean up, little details here and there. But we'll go into halftime, we'll make adjustments like we usually do or always do, and we'll come back out.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Joe?
Thank you, Jen. We'll take another break. We'll be back with first half stats and highlights after this. You're watching CTN's coverage of the Section 7 5A Championship. Winston, nice hands, drives and scores. Picked him off beautifully. Back at the Cardinal Sports Complex, Coon Rapids up 6-0 over the Andover Huskies at halftime of this Section 7 5A Championship, and pretty much what we expected. Two very good defenses holding these offenses in check. I guess I expected to see a little more scoring, see the offenses able to find some dents in the defense. They have not been able to produce.
Yeah, and in a game like this, too, you obviously, I don't want to say you're going to be conservative, but you don't want to do something that'll get you in trouble. And obviously, both teams offensively moving somewhat with the ball, but not a lot of scoring, quite obviously.
Well, and the benefit of field position has been in the favor of the Andover Huskies most of this first half. But a big turnover by the Cardinals. Joseph Tarnu, just a terrific interception, stepping in front of Lucum and out battling him and making sure to rip it away from him for the takeaway. And the Cardinals able to turn it into points. Really their only sustained offensive drive. First play was a big run for David Jeebley. And they had a couple of plays that called back on penalties. Penalties not as bad this week as they have been the last couple of games for the Cardinals, but they were able to turn the turnover into points on play action. Jake Van Holzen to Lucky Morange. Great block at the end by Ryan Garlick. Morange into the end zone, and that's the only score of the first half. Cardinals threatening at the end, but a big defensive play by Andrew Schumacher of Andover keeps the Cardinals from adding on to the lead late in that first half. And Schumacher, a nice return afterwards, but it all came back with a block in the back. And then Andover took a knee and took us to the half.
There you see the final, the stats at the final of the first half. I mean, really, Coon Rapids doing a nice job of running the ball. Not a lot of air mileage so far here in this game, but 136 total yards. And you talked about it. It's not a lot of penalties compared to the last couple of weeks. A turnover apiece for both squads. And obviously where this game sits at 6-0, it's certainly anybody's game. Cardinals will get the ball to start the second half. So I think an important drive for them to start this second half.
Yeah, I think the most surprising statistic to me on that page is the Cardinals' 16 yards of passing. This is an offense that has aired the ball out effectively the last, throughout the season, really, when Jake has been playing. Had a great return to action last week against St. Francis, and here really that passing game held in check by the Andover Huskies. And down on the sidelines with Husky head coach Wilkie is our Jen Halverson.
Well, Coach, neither team has been able to convert on third down so far tonight. What do you adjust to make your offensive be able to do that?
Well, I mean, we've got to make plays. We've had good play calls, and we just either didn't catch a pass or we didn't make a good throw. But the defenses are both really good. I mean, we knew that coming into this, and it's going to be tough to get points. And we've had our chances, and we had 3 end zone opportunities and didn't get it in there. So hopefully our defense will keep playing tough. But as far as making connections on third down. I hope we don't have third downs. We get them get a first down before that. But yeah, their perimeter is tough, and we gotta make plays.
What was your message in the locker room coming back into the second half to just take advantage of it?
Well, I mean, we started on defense, and our defense has been playing well. Now it's a one-half game, and we knew coming into this that it's going to come down to probably the last series that we get the ball or they get the ball to win the game. So it's got to be a half a game for a championship. So that's what I told them.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you,
Joe.
All right, thank you, Jen. We'll take another break. We'll be back with the second half kickoff. You're watching the Section 7 5A Championship on CTN.
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Back at the Cardinal Stadium, Coon Rapids a 6-0 lead as we get ready to start the second half here of this Section 7 5A Championship.
Look at that.
It's a family affair.
It is. Zach Nienaber on your right with the Beat Andover t-shirt, and his dad, Zahn Nienaber, wearing unfamiliar colors to me across the way on the Andover coaching staff.
Both former CTN personalities.
Correct.
As the Golden Grappler was helped us out with many a wrestling, and Zach spent a couple of seasons on the sidelines reporting for us for football games.
Yes, he did.
And we are ready to get this one underway. Duvnak to kick it off for the Huskies. Jeebley, the return man for the Cardinals, and they're going to kick it short. It'll be taken from the 35. And trying to get all the way back to the near side is Avant Shannon. Pick up a couple of blocks, get upfield. He's dragged out of field around the 45-yard line. And Tony Manos was dragged down and thrown to the ground way away from the play.
Yeah.
But none of the officials saw that, so it didn't really happen. Cardinals will take over with good field position, though, from their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, great field position. I'm not sure if that they thought that was going to happen from that kickoff, but the Cardinals will take it.
Handoff goes to Jeebley. Nice hole left side. Has a blocker in front of him. Cuts back. Has a first down to the Andover 35-yard line.
Again, continue to run. David Jeebley does a nice job. I mean, you look at the play here. Good blocking up front. Nice job on the double team there. And he's able to just find that seam and take it up the field. The Cardinals are going quick.
Jeebley already over 100 yards. He'll get another carry. Little seam, not a lot there. He'll get about 2-yard gain maybe. And certainly the yardage comes even tougher as you get closer to that goal line. Make it 2nd and 8 from the 32. Van Holzen, straight drop, waiting, has time, now throws a little screen to Shannon, ducks back behind a blocker. And he gets as far as the 26-yard line. He'll be a couple yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
I just really like the move that he made to adjust, to create some additional space for himself. Cardinals still looking for their third down. Completion being successful on 3rd down. They're 0-4.
This is 3rd and 2. They go with the keeper, Van Holzen, trying to find a block. A flag is thrown. Back. He will have enough for a first down, but it will come back.
Holding 77 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Unfortunate penalty there for Coon Rapids. They were going to pick up that first down, but that'll push them back, make it 3rd and long. Make it a more difficult play call here in this situation.
So it'll be 3rd and 12 from the 36. Van Holzen with time, throws, has a man over the top, pass is complete. Down inside the 10-yard line, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage, and we have an Andover player down.
Let's see what that call is.
Found Sonny Tao over the top, a long gain.
Wasn't that Garlic? That
Oh,
was Garlic.
sorry, Garlic over the top.
Yeah, I hate to see that.
But that is definite pain. Not a lot of movement there from Peterson.
Yeah, we certainly hope he's okay, but yeah, you're right. He's
Holding number 77 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
So back-to-back holding calls.
We'll see if we can see it. Yeah, there you see the hold. And a nice catch, nice adjustment on the ball by Garlic. Nice job bringing it in, but unfortunately it's for naught. And the most important thing on the field is we hope that young man is going to be doing okay. Now they finally able to get him on his back. Colton Peterson, see at the top, watch the top of your screen, 51 there. It's tough to see what actually happened to him.
We will take a short break as he is continually being attended to. We'll be back with more from the Cardinal Stadium after this.
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
So the Cardinals converted on 3rd and 2, but back-to-back holding calls mean they face 3rd and 24 from the Andover 48-yard line.
Yeah, especially both times they were able to get the first down on both holding calls. And now it's going to be a little more difficult on 3rd and 24, 3rd and 22, they're going to say.
It's more than that. Sonny Tao, the man in motion. They'll run the option to the left side. Van Holzen wrapped up and dropped after a short gain, and the Cardinals will send the punting unit up.
Yeah, so a couple of penalties, and we talked about penalties all year long and how they've been a thorn in the Cardinals' side, and just 3 in that first half, but a couple of huge penalties here, holding penalties to take them out of scoring opportunity.
Yeah, we talked about it at the half. The penalties had been more manageable this week than they had in the previous weeks, but a couple of huge ones on their opening drive, and it leads to this punt by Tarnu. Tremblay is standing at his own 10-yard line.
Nice
this
punt.
one angled, but this one's going to have too much. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, I thought that maybe it was going to go a little bit further towards the sideline, but well, the Huskies have to feel pretty good about the fact they maybe dodged a bullet there because the Cardinals were marching.
Yeah, and the Cardinals definitely stopped themselves.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, they converted on 3rd down twice, but both times backed up by penalties.
Yeah, you can't continually have that, especially in a close game like this. I mean, it's, one-score game, obviously.
So Andover's first chance on offense here in the second half. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Alexander sends Kalmas in motion. Handoff to Frost. Cuts back in the middle. And able to keep his feet moving and pick up about 8.
Yeah,
nice gain.
Yeah, nice gain there as well. And a good job there by Andover just holding their blocks and opening up a hole for Frost. And good job there, you see.
Well, the Cardinals have bottled him up pretty good.
They have.
Got a great spot. You see where he ended up. They mark it at the 29. So 2nd and 1, handoff goes to Frost, hitting the backfield, but able to bounce off it, get the first down out to about the 34.
Yeah, and again, Andover will continue to mix up run and pass. Now, again, they want to establish a bit of a run to soften up that Cardinal defense so they can be successful in their passing game. You see him getting away from Ty King. Thought he had him wrapped up, but give Frost credit. He did a good job of running through that tackle.
So Andover 1st and 10 now from their own 34-yard line. Alexander looks to throw. Wants the man down the sideline, well over the intended target. Kalmas, who got tangled up with Tone Manos along the sidelines.
Again, and I like the play call. Again, on 1st down, you take an opportunity to see if you can get a big play. And mentioned good coverage on the play from the Cardinals.
Elijah Alexander, just a junior, running the offense for the Andover Huskies. Handoff goes to Frost, wrapped up, dropped in the backfield.
I get a 2-yard loss.
Good penetration by Ty King.
Yeah, we haven't talked as much about Ty King as we'd like to in the latter half of this season. But what a great play by that young man right there, as he's able to wrap him up and bring him down for a loss to put 3rd and long situation. And again, you're going to see pressure from this Cardinal defense on 3rd and long. One of 7 on 3rd down for the Huskies.
Alexander steps up, throws, pass complete. What a tackle by Tone Manos to prevent the first down. Phenomenal job of pushing him backwards. Stepped up, made the stop, made sure that he wasn't going to get any more forward momentum.
Yeah, and they're going to punt the ball, and that's just how huge is that tackle, because now it gives the ball back to Coon Rapids. Huge tackle. Man,
well, most important that he came up and made the stop just a yard shy of the sticks. But then to force him backwards and have a good solid tackle. Punt taken by Doe at the 22. Steps past the first man, he's out to the 27, and that's where the Cardinals will take over on offense.
Well, you saw the Cardinals move the ball on that first drive. Just unfortunately, penalties stalled it. And looking to do so here on drive number 2 to see if they can continue that momentum that they tried to gain in that their first drive in the start this second half.
Yeah, the 2 penalties also kept the Cardinals from getting the donut out of the 3rd down conversion column.
Yes.
Sonny Tao, the man in motion from left to right, puts 3 receivers on that side. They run the option. The pitch goes to Garlick, trying to get around the corner, and does. Forced out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, but this is going to be illegal motion, and the Cardinals are going backwards again.
Illegal motion. 2 players moving prior to the snap and not both resetting on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Boy, I tell you, Coon Rapids in their last 2 drives are just doing everything they can to prevent their success because of that yellow flag coming out. I mean, those are things you just have to be able to avoid, especially at this time of the season.
Well, and easy plays
situation.
like that. The holds are one thing.
Yeah.
That happens, because you're trying to do everything you can to prevent and protect your team and prevent your guy getting by you. But procedural penalties like that have to drive you crazy in the playoffs. Receiver screen to Jordan Doe. Able to get outside and forced out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Flag comes in late.
Yep.
And it's interesting because the Cardinal coaches were pleading it with the referee right on the sidelines, and it's the back judge from 20 yards away that throws that flag.
Yep. We'll see it again as Doe's trying to gain that edge. Yeah, I mean, we'll see it one more time where they call this flag. The officials are.
He's clearly out of bounds.
Oh, yeah, he's clearly hit out of bounds.
I'm not so sure that Hunter was really in control as he did make contact with the receiver, but we have a meeting of the minds in stripes to decide what we're going to do here.
Personal foul, illegal helmet contact, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's huge. That's a big penalty against Andover. We're going to see it again. You're going to see that.
Yeah, you can see it.
Where his head turned,
yep.
And he's definitely out of bounds. And Coach Russin is right there pointing. You got to call that play, and they did.
So this will push the Cardinals out to the 46-yard line. There they will have a fresh set of downs. Just about midway through this third quarter, Coon Rapids clinging to a 6-0 lead. A lucky Morange touchdown in the second quarter, the only score in our ball game. Quarterback option again. Pitch goes to Ryan Garlick, and he's chased out of bounds across the 50 to the 48-yard line. Gain of about 6.
Yeah, there again you see it in just the pitch to Garlick and able to use his speed to turn upfield and step out at the 48.
2nd and 4 blitz coming. Handoff goes to Garlick. A lot of white jerseys, and they stop him for a loss right at midfield. It'll be 3rd and 6.
I see Jeebly on the sideline without a helmet.
Huskies showing blitz in the middle again.
A big play for this Cardinal offense coming up here on 3rd and 5. They want to keep this drive going.
Comes the pressure. Cardinals pick it up. Pass complete to Avant Shannon. He's out of bounds with a first down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, got enough to move the chains.
And the Cardinals convert on 3rd down.
And they do. No better time than the present.
Needed the 44. He got to the 44. 1st and 10 from there. 3 receivers right side for Van Holzen. Play action. Pass is complete. Another first down inside the 30 to Sonny Tao.
Sonny did a really nice job of just settling down in front of the defender. And obviously the defender had to be careful because he did not want to go through him or they would have thrown the flag. And a nice pass from Jake is right on the numbers.
First and 10 from the Andover 27. Handoff goes to Garlick. Matt at the line of scrimmage, and he'll be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, you're seeing now a heavy dose of Ryan Garlick. I'm watching them work out Jeebly on the sideline, stretching him out a little bit. I think he's got some cramps going.
On 2nd and 10, Van Holzen, receiver screen to Doe, finds a couple of blocks and makes his way down to the 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
It looks like they're marking it right. Yeah, right at the 22. So third and manageable here in this situation.
They call it 3rd and 3. It's a long 3.
Yes.
Huskies showing blitz again in the middle. Quarterback option. They defend it well, but Van Holzen able to find his way to the outside and find another first down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, thanks to some good blocking, he's able to stand up some defenders, and Van Holzen just does enough to gain the edge.
Well, but credit Andover. I mean, look at how well they defended this.
Right.
There's no chance he can pitch it.
No.
A good block by Garlick after he figured out he was ruled out, and then a great block by Sonny Tao to get him around the corner and get that first down.
Again, all you're doing is looking to continue to move the chains, and in that situation, maybe you didn't gain the kind of yardage you hoped for when you designed that play, but you're able to get around the edge and pick up the first down and keep this drive going.
Doe in motion. He'll get the carry. Couple of blockers in front of him trying to get behind. Great tackle made by Jack Sheeran.
Yeah, you understand why that young man is a D1 prospect. He is so good around the football, and once he gets you in his grasp, he brings you down.
Well, look at how well he does in the pursuit.
Yeah,
couple of Cardinal blockers there, and finds his way right to the ball carrier. 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9 for Coon Rapids from the Andover 14. Tedrow lined up as a tight end. Play action. In trouble is Van Holzen, able to get away from some pressure, avoids one more man, and has a good gain and a throw, and flags all over, and that's going to be half the distance, automatic first down.
That's a foolish.
And then hat's coming off. And I think they're going to flag the Cardinals for a retaliatory penalty.
Oh my gosh! Don't. I mean, again,
the
there it is.
first push is okay. The second
it's the
one,
second
you can't.
one. But you got to keep your cool about yourself. I don't know what they called, but.
There are 2 fouls that occurred after the play. After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 31 of the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 12 of the offense. Those penalties offset. It'll be first down, Coon Rapids.
Now the Cardinals will take that.
Correction, 3rd down.
So the late hit out of bounds should be, the personal foul late hit out of bounds should be an automatic first down, but if they offset,
right,
then there's no gain of yardage, so it'll be 3rd and about 4 from the 9. And again, the penalties that you just can't take at this point in the season or at this point in the ball game. You got the call you wanted. Your guy is okay, but you get the retaliatory penalty.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, you know that. I mean, you've got the upper hand. You just picked up the first down, and you got an additional penalty.
So it should be right now, if the Cardinals don't get the retaliatory penalty, it's 1st and goal from the 5.
Yep.
Or the 4.
Yep.
Instead, a 3rd and 4 from the 9. 3rd and 3, they call it. Handoff, Jeebly in the middle, touchdown, Coon Rapids.
That looked easy. And Jeebly, they've been stretching him out on the sideline, comes in.
Almost 150 yards in the game tonight for David Jeebly.
And now they'll go for 2, I would assume. Jeebly, I mean, look at the blocking up front. I mean, look at the hole that he had to run through. You could have gone through that hole. You may have run out of breath before you got to the goal line.
I would have gotten stopped at about the 3, maybe the 5.
Look at 11 carries for 147
yards. Yeah, he's having a nice game.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
So they went for 2 after their initial score, and it was a travesty.
Yeah.
And now a chance to make it a 14-0 lead here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff goes to Doe. He's going to throw it back for Van Holzen. It's good. And the Cardinals have a 14-0 lead.
What a great play call. I love that. The Philly special. What a beautiful play call. I like that. That puts them up 14-0. Now it's obviously a 2-score game. You get that 2 points back. There's the touchdown by Jeebly. Again, just a great job of opening up that opportunity for him. And we'll look at this great play call here. As you know that he can throw the ball and throw back to Van Hulsen. Perfect pass. Defender's not going to get there.
Well, Tremblay had pretty decent coverage after he was trying to recover, obviously.
Yep.
But, yeah, it was laid in there nicely. Yep. And, Howie, at the beginning of the night, you should have listened to me about who to ISO. I told you David Jeebly.
Sure you
it was
did.
his night.
Sure you did. 11 plays, 78 yards, took 354.
78?
Eight?
It's my favorite number.
78. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. How you doing? Alex Findlay to kick this one away. Coon Rapids, a huge score here late in the third quarter. They are up 14-0. Findlay. Boot taken by Tremblay at the 12. Good wedge set up in front of him. He's returned it out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And now some pressure on the Andover offense. Until this point, it's been a tight ball game. Not a lot of pressure, but now you go out there, you have to answer.
You do.
You're running out of possessions now, and now you find yourself down 2 scores.
See, and this is an opportunity for their defense too. You can really unleash your defense. You got to be careful too, but you can really put the pressure on them here because they're going to be forced to put the ball up a little bit more. We'll see how this unfolds.
Well, and we've seen they've got some speed on the wings and a quarterback who can sling it. They're going to come out throwing. Good coverage by Ryan Corey on the play. No chance for Collins to get that catch.
You see getting pressure. You're seeing Miles Taylor being double teamed all game long.
Well, if you're Andover, you have
to. Yeah, no, you have to.
There's enough guys out there to double team. You don't have enough guys.
Yeah.
Jordan Nolan, most nights, if you don't have a number 6 in the lineup, you're going to double team number 9.
Right.
And if he's not around, you might want to have to double team number 44. Here's a big hole for Frost. He hasn't been able to break many tonight, but he gets a big carry here, a first down out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Pick up a 15.
You come out and you throw the football and first down, and then you give it right back to Frost, and again got that defense napping a little bit. There's good work up front.
Well, great
pretty
blocking.
Nice hole.
Yeah. Huge hole.
Yeah.
Both defenses have played incredibly well tonight. Both offensive lines have also done a pretty good job, saved the couple of holdings. This one underthrown, but waiting for it and making the catch is a go-go AFA, and a huge gain down inside the Cardinal 10.
Shai Williams is complaining his case to the official that he was interfered with. Again, big pass play for the Huskies, and as you mentioned, Joe, they needed to get back here.
Well, trying to answer quickly, just 3 plays to get themselves to a goal-to-go situation. First and goal from the 8. Cocking and not taking it down as Peterson looking for room to run. He's taken down at the 5-yard line by Miles Taylor. Gain of 3, second and goal.
And nobody to throw to in this situation, and so he's going to take off to his right, but Miles Taylor right there to cover him up.
Able to gain a couple, second and goal from the 5. Peterson wants to throw, pressured, steps up, and is taken down again by Taylor and a friend. Ty King that was in there? No.
I think it was...
Marcit Bernard? Hibbler,
yep. Hibbler had him low, and Miles had him high.
Gain of a yard, third and goal from the 4. Alexander tightening up the laces. Big play coming up right here.
I don't think they're going to get it off.
Looks like they will let the clock go down, and that will end the third quarter. Coon Rapids leading 14-0, but Alexander on
the end of the third quarter.
Andover on the doorstep when we return for the fourth. You're watching CTN's coverage of the Section 7 5A Championship. Winston, nice hands, drives and scores. Picked him off Coon Rapids Cardinals have not been to the state tournament since 1983.
Well, they're not there yet.
36 years. Andover has been a frequent visitor of late. 4 trips in the last 6 seasons, but they trail 14-0 as we start this fourth quarter. They do have the ball, 3rd and goal from the Coon Rapids 4.
Yep, they got 12 minutes left to try and hang on and continue to do what they're doing, but Andover will have something to say about there. You see the numbers for Elijah Alexander, 8 of 15, 125 yards in that pick. All-important pick, led to that first touchdown.
Alexander drops back out of the shotgun on 3rd and goal from the 4. Steps back, has time, and is sacked. And they are going to call that he was down. He was definitely down before that ball left his hand. Good call by our officiating staff. Good pressure by the Cardinal defense, and it's going to be 4th and goal. Marked out, looks like back at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, and that puts a tough situation for Andover, 4th and long. And you talk about a big
great job by
play.
Jordan Nolan.
Yeah.
There you see it. Clearly the knee was down before the ball left his hand. Pass over the head of intended receiver Agogo Afe. Humongous play right here on 4th and goal. Huskies looked a little surprised. The throw to the left side. That pass is complete. And it's a touchdown. Keaton Luca on the receiving end.
Looked to me like he pushed off.
No flags on the field. Andover on the board.
Let's take another look at that. Oh, maybe not.
Good comeback play by Keaton Lukum. Huge score
they had to
for the Andover Huskies. On to attempt the extra point is Gallipo. The kick is up. It is good, and this game is 14-7. So great answer for the Andover Huskies. They had to have it.
Yeah, getting the throw. I don't know, he had a little bit of contact, but there wasn't enough for the official to throw a flag. Taking another look at it there. No, he kind of ran past him, and he just.
A big must-have play for the Andover Huskies. Keeps this one tight, as Coach Wilkie said as we came back from the half. This one's probably going to go back down to the last possession.
Yeah, and it probably will in this situation. But now it's a big opportunity for the Coon Rapids offense to try and retake this momentum.
Well, you'd love to have a sustained drive,
yeah,
but you definitely want to have points.
Got to have points
and put this to a 2-score game once more.
You have to have points.
Kick by Max Hunter, angled toward the sideline, and Cardinals going to try and let that one go out of bounds. It wasn't going, and Jeebly forced to fall on it, And the Cardinals are going to start in awful field position.
Yeah, exactly. Long field, that's not what they wanted to start this drive here with plenty of time, obviously, remaining in this game. 11:03 in the fourth quarter and up by a touchdown.
And now the Huskies feeling a little momentum.
Well, they have to. They have to. They've been blanked all night, and they finally come away with a score just to go to get it back to a one possession.
And really a great kick there by Max Hunter.
Yep.
Because it was not going to go out of bounds. It was not going to get to the end zone. And the Cardinals were forced to fall on it. Play action. Screen to Doe. Looking for a block. Makes a man miss. Gets away from another tackler. Gets a first down and gets out of bounds.
Well, and that's what they needed, obviously, to get a little field position, get away from the shadow of your own end zone. A nice job, really a nice job to get away from a tackle and just keep those legs moving and get out for that first down.
1st and 10 from the 20. Play action. Looking to run is Van Holzen, and he finds a nice hole. He's out of bounds with another first down out to the 33-yard line.
Well, again, you have to be so concerned about him throwing the ball that he does so well when he runs the ball, as he's going to reverse field and realize that he's going to take off and make sure he picks up that positive yardage.
Play action. Receiver screen to Tao on the left side. Makes a man miss and picks up a couple out across the 35 to the 36.
And the clock continues to move.
Well, and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
After Van Holzen stepped out of bounds, unfortunately, the clock stopped.
Ball hit the ground.
Might have been incomplete.
Yeah, but they'll take it.
Tao able to pick it up off the shoe tops and make it look convincing. Picks up 3. And that does keep the clock running, as you mentioned. Play action again. Van Holzen rolling. In trouble, dives forward back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down.
That was Jack Sharon again.
Yeah, he's been around the ball a little bit.
He's good. That's his 8th tackle. You watch number 48. I'm just going to pursue, make sure that
he almost got burned.
He almost did.
Just got enough.
3rd and long.
Big 3rd down for the Cardinals. 3rd and 7 from the 36. Good start to this drive. They'd like to move the chains again. Keep possession, keep that clock running down. Van Holzen with time. Throwing long down the right side, wants Garlick. Great defense by Tremblay. Tips it away. It's incomplete, and the Cardinals will be forced to punt.
Again, trying to spring. Garlick use his speed to the outside, but step for step.
Tremblay in perfect position, and hard for your speed to get open if they've got speed matched up with them.
Yeah.
So Tarnu on to punt. Tremblay standing just inside his own 30-yard line. Andover defense gives up a little yardage, but is going to get the ball back pretty quickly and have an opportunity to try and even the score. Fair catch for Tremblay at the 27-yard line, and that's where the Huskies will take over.
Andover has to feel pretty good now, as you talked about, with that momentum now that they stopped Coon Rapids, who looked like they were looking to move the ball, doing a pretty good job, and they just couldn't complete that 3rd down, and now the defense, a little more pressure back on the defense for Coon Rapids.
Handoff goes to Frost in the middle, breaks through, and breaks another tackle, and a great carry out to midfield into the Cardinal 49-yard line.
Yeah, that was huge. We talked about Frost averaging over 6 yards a carry, and you can see again, nice job of staying up after contact.
So 1st and 10 from the Coon Rapids 49-yard line. Plenty of time in this contest. Receiver screen on the other side for Aefi. He's able to pick up a couple before being chased out of bounds near the 45. 2nd down.
Yeah, in this situation, you got to be able to wrap up a ball carrier, receiver like that. And one missed tackle allowed him to gain a little bit of yardage.
Play action, looking for Aefi over the top, knocked away at the end by Joseph Tarnu, and Aefi is grabbing at his ankle. Or is he just frustrated? Looks like he's going to be able to get up. That's a good sign.
Yeah, really a good sign. He's a dynamic ball player.
Wow, has he got speed.
Yeah.
And a good job by Tarnu to stay with him, not make contact, and then when the ball was there, reach in and make sure he's not able to secure it. 3rd and 6. This is a spot on the field where Andover has seen a couple of 3rd downs go sour.
Yep.
And the defense for Coon Rapids has come up big. Just 1 of 9 on the night on 3rd down. Of course, the big score on 4th down. And this one incomplete. Tried the screen pass on play action to Steckman. It's incomplete, and we've got another Andover player down in serious discomfort.
Well, he was grabbing his knee originally.
That is Justin Kenning. And if you're...
Yeah, he's in some pain.
And if you're Andover, it's a big decision here. 4th down and 6 from the Coon Rapids 45. You're only down a score. You definitely don't want to give the Cardinals great field position, but you converted on 4th down for the score. Still 8 minutes.
There's plenty of time.
There's plenty of time to get the ball back.
And your defense is playing well here. I think you punt. But I'm not a coach.
None of us
no.
are coaches.
This is true.
Coon Rapids defense has been strong all game, pitching a shutout until this 4th quarter.
Again, just a great job, Nolan, on a great play there to bring.
Oh, and that was this same part to the field on 4th and several. Yeah. The blocked punt, or the blocked field goal attempt back in that 1st quarter. The great interception by Joseph Tarnu, just great position and a great job battling to win the hand fight for the ball. Ty King, not surprisingly, getting in and doing some disrupting in the backfield. We've seen Bernard Hibbler and McGrone make some big plays for the defense. And just the defense has been so much fun to watch all season long, and it has continued here in this section championship.
It really has. And you mentioned a big decision for Coach Wilkie. We'll see what he decides to do.
Well, they still have it marked as 3rd down.
No,
now they're going to switch it over.
4th, yeah.
But yeah, this is 4th and 6.
Because you don't want to turn the ball over. They're going to punt.
You don't want to give Coon Rapids the ball here, so they're going to bring out the punt
which
team.
Is the right decision.
Their special teams has looked pretty solid, and Hostad has been able to pin the Cardinals deep a couple of times already. Cardinals aren't even going to drop anyone back. Watch for the fake, and that is what they are going to do. Cardinals all over it, but still the pass is complete. And they have a 1st down to the Cardinal 15-yard line. Great pass from Hosted to Tremblay.
Hosted's pass is complete. Number 26, Jake Tremblay.
Wow, great play call. I like the call, but and you're right though. The Cardinals were looking
had
for
3 guys over there.
Yeah, and it was a great pass, but
they had coverage, but nobody's had on the ball. Everybody watching the receiver and still not able to make a play. And
with 3 guys.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies from the Coon Rapids 15-yard line. Alexander nearly got him to jump. Handoff goes to Frost in the middle, and he's stopped for no gain.
Oh, you pull that out of your bag of tricks, and I really do like the call.
Well, this is the time to do it.
I like
and the Cardinals were ready for it. They were looking fake all the way, but still Tremblay able to find a spot over the defense and a great pass from their quote-unquote punter, Hostad. Second and 10 from the 15. Huskies held to a 4th and goal situation and able to convert. Stepping up is Alexander, changed directions, does so again. Fighting for yardage, he's down at the 6. It'll be 3rd down and about a yard.
Yeah, again, you got to wrap that. You got to wrap them up and give Alexander credit. He did a nice job of continuing forward and almost picking up that 1st down.
Nice job changing directions a couple of times in the middle. Caught the Cardinals on in man-to-man coverage, and nobody accounting for the play caller. 3rd and short. Handoff to Frost right up the middle. He'll have a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal, Andover.
Ball carried by number 34, Dylan Frost for the Huskies. Brought down to the play by number 92.
Smart play. Clock continues to move, and they're trying to punch it in to tie this thing. See if they can tie this thing up.
Handoff again to Frost, and Cardinals stack the middle of the line and don't give him much. 2nd and goal.
Ball carried by number 34, Dylan Frost for the Huskies. Brought down by number 6, Matthew for the Cardinals.
Tough sledding on the inside all night for Frost. He's been able to break a couple of big ones, including the start of this drive. Bobbled a little bit. The handoff to Frost. He's met and forces Andover, saying they're in. No word from the official yet. And there it is. Andover is into the end zone and an extra point away from tying this one up.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about all of a sudden it's a different game than it was until this quarter started.
And now we talked about the pressure that went onto the shoulders of the Andover Huskies when they went down 14-0. Well, they have answered the call. Now it's for Coon Rapids to feel the pressure, having seen their 14-point advantage slip away. And a huge extra point here for Ethan Gallipo. Last one very clean. Nice and easy through the uprights, looking for the same thing. This one is good, and we are tied at 14 with 5:18 to play in the 4th.
There's plenty of time, obviously, for the Cardinal offense, but they have to do a pretty good job of converting. There you see the touchdown as he's able to just get it across the goal line. And again, good search, good push, nice job turning his body and twisting until he's able to cross the stripe.
Back-to-back touchdown drives for the Andover Huskies here in the 4th quarter. They've erased a 14-point deficit and tied things up. And now Coon Rapids an opportunity to answer on offense.
10 plays, 73 yards, took 3:50 off the clock. Frost capped it off with that 3-yard run.
Well, he also started it off with the 24-yard gallop. So he has come on strong in the second half. Picked up some big runs, and there's some big points. Short end-over-end kick. Bobbled by Gibli at the 18. He's able to recollect and find a seam up the middle. Nice return out across the 40 and out to the 45-yard line. The Cardinal offense will start in good field position.
Yeah, again, just a quick burst of speed as he's able to recover that ball that he dropped.
It was all part of the plan.
Yeah, apparently so.
Well, if you field it cleanly, you don't give the defense enough time to get as close so you can
You can run right past him.
Find the hole in their coverage. It's fun to watch him play. Handoff to Ghibli on first down, and he's going to force his way out to the 49, a gain of 4.
Just under 5 minutes remaining. Cardinals plenty of time. Again, they just want to get sustained, take some time off the clock, and then obviously get some points.
And play smart football.
Absolutely. Smart football is the main thing.
Football.
Yep.
Handoff to Ghibli again, and he's across midfield. You get a good spot to the 48. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 3 from there.
For the Cardinals.
Big third down here for Coon Rapids. They want to keep this drive going.
It's going to be 3rd, closer to 4. Initial spot from the near sideline looked a little better than that, but spotted just inside the 49, a huge play.
Huge.
Because certainly if you don't convert, you're not going to go for it on 4th down
not
here.
in this situation.
And if you don't, and you have to punt it away, you're giving hot offense the ball.
Cardinals call a timeout.
Good timeout.
Yeah, I think so. Just got to make sure you're on the same page. Make sure you call the right play. Well, we knew this game was going to be a barn burner, and it certainly is. Coming down to the final 4 minutes, we're tied at 14. Both sidelines feeling pretty good at this point, especially Andover, because the Cardinals really outplayed them for the most part.
Attention students, please stay in the bleachers at the end of the game.
How big was that fake punt conversion?
Huge. Well, obviously led to a score.
Big 3rd down here for the Cardinals, 3rd and 4. Handoff goes to Ghibli, bursts through, has the first down and more. Still going, tripped up as he crosses the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Wow.
A gain of 20.
You want to score, but maybe not too quickly. But that would have been, he would have taken that one, was able to break it. Just a great job of keeping his balance.
He's having a monster night.
Huge.
Closing in on 175 yards. He has the big touchdown as well. He'll get another carry, 4 straight carry for Ghibli on this drive, and he'll lean forward to the 25-yard line.
They see it again, and just yardage tough on that play.
Well, again, the way he runs, with a guy his size, he runs so strong, and he will stand in there and take a beating for his team.
He will, and he has.
2nd and 6 from the 25. Doe in motion. Handoff again to Ghibli, looking for a hole. The Huskies close it up quickly. He's back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Jarek Sharon's 9th tackle.
He's an okay ball player,
He's pretty good.
We've talked about him once or twice.
Just a few. A 3rd and relatively long situation for Coon Rapids.
An intense finish is what we have. It's what we expected. 2 teams that have very good defenses, but offenses that can also put scores on the board. And Coon Rapids forced to call another timeout.
Coon Rapids, their 2nd of the half.
Well, they want to make sure, again, this is a huge 3rd down for them. And, they'd love to obviously continue to keep this drive moving forward. But you've got a little over 2 minutes remaining. You want to get points.
You know how there's so many storylines. We talked about it. Coach Wilkie, of course, was a Coon Rapids football coach. Moved over to Andover when that school opened. A great rivalry that is refueled here in the section championship. Haven't seen each other in 3 years. Cardinals have not beat the Andover Huskies since 2011. Cardinals in their first section championship in over a decade.
Yep.
We believe the last time 2008, 2009. We're not sure. There's some debate about that, but we do know that Blair Townsend was the quarterback for the Cardinals. They lost to the Blaine Bengals due to a phantom hold. That is maybe the most egregious blown call I've seen in my 23 years calling Cardinal sports. But the other part of that is who scored the winning touchdown for the Bengals.
That was head coach Nick Russin. That's the coolest story I've heard in a long time.
Well, hopefully we'll have a better story to tell here. 3rd and 6 for the Cardinals. Van Holzen, lots of time, throws over the middle, bobbled and caught by Jordan Doe down at the 1-yard line. What a catch by the Cardinal captain.
Wow.
Clearly bobbled but secured the ball. The referee right on there, didn't hesitate, said that's a catch. He's down at the 1. 1st and goal, Coon Rapids.
And the Huskies defense is saying he didn't catch it, but let's take another look at this. Right over the defense, great throw by Jake.
On 1st and goal, Jeebly hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
Well, the Cardinals, at this point, there's a minute 30 remaining.
You don't mind not scoring on the first.
I agree.
Play.
Let's take another look at that.
I don't know that his hands underneath it.
I think his hands are underneath it. Did not
Great
look like it hit the
job by our
ground.
camera crew. Fantastic job. And you see the referee is right there.
Let's take another look at that. How did he bring that in? Without? That's
believe
an amazing catch. It did not hit the ground.
He had his hand underneath it the whole time. Fantastic catch. Great call by the back judge who was right on top of it. 2nd and goal. The pitch to Jeebly, bobbled, recovered it, but he's dropped at the 5-yard line.
Now they take a timeout here, take the 3rd timeout. I don't know.
No, if anybody's going to call a timeout, it should be
Andover.
Cardinals running over to the sideline. I think Andover is calling the timeout because here, if you don't convert, you're going to kick the field goal.
Right.
And you got a kid who can do it.
Timeout, Andover.
Yep, that was a good timeout. You're right, Joe. Andover was smart.
First of the half.
Yeah, Coach Wilkie.
Please reset the game clock to 54 seconds.
So they're going to put 4 seconds back on the clock.
Yeah, you have to conserve some time because chances are you're going to give up some points here.
Yeah.
You're hoping, if you're Andover, that you can limit it to a field goal attempt.
Well, exactly. But, you're looking at under a minute remaining in this contest, and it's obviously important. You got to come away with points, Joe.
Well, and if you're the Cardinals and you do end up having to kick a field goal, you're on the wrong hash mark.
Yeah,
You'd much rather be on the right hash mark.
I agree.
With a right-handed kicker.
Yep.
Or right-footed kicker.
Yep.
And he has shanked the couple that he's missed over the last couple of weeks have all gone left.
Yep.
So if you can avoid it, you would not like to be on the left half mark, but Cardinals definitely thinking 6 right here.
Yeah, well, absolutely thinking 6. They need 6, obviously. I mean, granted, there's not a lot of time left, but nonetheless, you want to come away with a touchdown here rather than a field goal, if at all possible.
Fans definitely getting their money's worth here. 14 all in the final minute. 3rd and goal for the Cardinals. Van Holzen on the keeper, and the Huskies hold tight. Stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Huskies going to call another timeout.
Timeout, Andover. Their 2nd of the half. Please reset the game clock to 48 seconds.
So they're going to put a couple of seconds back on the clock. And they will attempt the field goal. But
and the run did go back toward the middle, so you get the spot a little more in the middle of the field.
That's what you want.
And you force them to burn a timeout. You protected the football. Now you just need your kicker to go out there, put it through the uprights, and give you a lead here.
It's that easy. Big sigh from Coach Wilkie. It's like, I don't think he wants to look.
Well, the Huskies went to 3 straight state tournaments, and then last year lost to Cambridge Isani in the section championship. Trying to get back there. This would be their 5th trip in 7 years.
There you see Alex Finley, 3 of 3, long of 41.
This will be about a 23-yarder.
Timeout, Andover.
They can't do that.
No,
they can't do that.
They can't call back-to-back timeouts.
That's how are they not calling him on that? You can't call back-to-back timeouts. I'm confused.
You want to ice the kicker? You really ice the kicker.
Well, the first time, obviously, to stop the clock and keep any time you want, as much time as you want.
Apparently you can, and maybe in high school you can. I have no clue, but
I have never heard of that.
I've never heard back-to-back timeouts, and the coaching staff would complain if that were the case.
You would think. You'd think the refs might know that rule.
Well, I hope they would,
but apparently, yeah, it's
not a rule.
It's okay in high school to call back-to-back timeouts. But that was their 3rd timeout then. Yeah. No timeouts remaining.
Right.
This will be from 23 yards for Alex Findlay. Kick is up, line drive, it is through, it is good. The Cardinals have the 17-14 lead.
Wow. It was kind of a line drive kick. Doesn't matter how it goes through, as long as it goes through. Alex Finley converts to put the Cardinals up by 3. That is definitely a huge kick, and he's mobbed on the sidelines. But there's still plenty of time. You can't worry.
You can't celebrate.
You can't celebrate.
You haven't won anything yet.
Nothing yet. There's 44 seconds remaining in the game.
Little early to celebrate. Finley can celebrate getting a big kick through, but contain your enthusiasm at this point because the worst thing you can do if you're wearing black is think this game is over.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee no one is white is ready to admit defeat.
So you see the time remaining in this game, 17-14, Coon Rapids just takes the lead back towards the end of this contest. Now the key is you got to hold on.
Cardinals will call a timeout.
Timeout, Coon Rapids.
Cardinals will call that.
That's their final timeout of the half.
Wow.
So no timeouts either side, 43 seconds left. 23-yard Alex Findlay field goal with 43 seconds left. Has the Cardinals in the lead. Defense has been strong all game long. Andover's offense has come up big. They needed a fake punt, 4th down conversion to get their second score. But I guarantee the Huskies have some things up their sleeves.
Well, they have to.
To try and get back into field goal range.
Their season's in the balance.
Coon Rapids Cardinals trying to get to the state tournament for the first time in 36 years. Fans trying to help out any way they can. Findlay going to squib this one up the middle. It's scooped up at the 28-yard line, and a good return. Huskies will take over at their own 44-yard line. Coach Russin is arguing, and rightly so, that the return man went down to a knee to scoop the ball up.
He did.
If he gets possession while on a knee, he's down.
Well, I didn't see. Let's see if he actually had possession. If we get a chance to see it. Well, we'll see what they're gonna call play here quickly. But
well, it won't matter because
it won't matter.
That's not how the officials saw it.
No, I know.
First and 10 from the 45. Alexander drops back, throws right, passes incomplete, intended for AFA. And even if he caught it, would have been a 12-yard gain, but it would have been inbounds and kept the clock running.
Right, and without any timeouts, obviously they can't stop it.
This is going to be a false start.
Yeah, and that doesn't help the cause for Andover.
Prior to the snap infraction, number 62 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down. Please reset the game clock to 33 seconds. 3-3.
So they'll put 33 seconds.
Some light flurries falling.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to snow a little bit tonight. Nothing that will accumulate, but it's definitely football weather. There's no question about that.
Makes it a little bit harder to throw the ball. Low snap. Alexander digs it out. Throw complete and quickly out of bounds as AFA just across midfield. Third and 5 from midfield. Low snap again. Alexander able to dig it out. Has time, waits, throws long, has a man. This pass is incomplete.
Wow.
Lukum was behind the defense, just could not haul it in as he went to the ground.
Yeah, Cardinals are fortunate because he had him beat. And again, good protection, Alexander. And he got behind the defense. That's a ball that he should have caught. That was right there.
And that may have been 6. That may have been ball game right there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fortunate.
So now it could be the ball game right here. 4th and 5 from midfield. Huskies trail by 3. Can they pull out another big 4th down conversion? Alexander throws incomplete, intended for AFE. And he is hit hard on the sideline as he goes up for the pass. The Cardinals can start celebrating. The offense will come out, take a knee, and they are headed to the Minnesota State High School Tournament.
Yeah, that was a great shot there of Coach Russin in his first year. And again, what a great opportunity for Coon Rapids. Give a lot of credit to Andover. They fought back in this game. And as we talked about on the play before, very possibly, had he held on to that ball, that may have been 6, or at least down at the goal line, close to the goal line.
Down where they could have, as long as they were able to get up there and stop the clock.
Yeah, yep.
And the clock stops until the chains move.
Correct.
So, they very well could have gotten up there and at least spiked it, maybe had another chance to run a play, and then either, if they didn't score, be able to kick a field goal to try and tie. And that'll do it. The Cardinals take the knee.
The ball was not ready for play. Please reset the game clock to 18 seconds.
Please reset the game clock to 18 seconds so he can take a knee.
So he can take another knee.
Officially, on the far sideline, I can't see if that's Jordan Doe over there lined up or Avant Shannon. I think it's Avant. He and the cornerback were already, exchanging handshakes and congratulating one another on a great season. And let's try kneeling on it again.
Yeah.
But hey, let's all do it right. Coach Russin, as you talked about, his first season as the head coach of this program. Now, granted, he walked in and the cupboards were full.
They were.
He came into a program that was definitely ready to do something spectacular, and they had. But they weathered the storm as they went through a lot of injuries, but got everybody healthy in time for the playoffs, and they eke out a victory here in the section championship, their first state tournament appearance in 25 years.
Yeah, and they did, and again, it's a huge win for them, and they fought the way that they held on at the end. Good job for the Cardinals, but they live to fight another day.
We will take a break, be back with some post-game reaction from the Coon Rapids Sports Complex after this. You're watching CTN's coverage of the Section 7-5A Championship. open, nice hands, drives and scores. Back at the Cardinals Sports Complex, we go down to the field for the presentation of the Section 7 5A trophies.
Congratulations to the Section 7 5A second place team from Andover. Would the captains and head coach from Andover please step forward to receive your second place trophy. Congratulations to head coach Rich Wilkie, his staff, and the entire team for a great season. Congratulations to the Section 7 5A football champions from Coon Rapids. Would the captains and head coach from Coon Rapids please step forward to receive your championship trophy. Congratulations to head coach Nick Russin, his staff, and the entire team for advancing to the state tournament. Coon Rapids will be playing in the first round of the state championship next Saturday, November 9th at Osseo High School against Spring Lake Park. It will be a 12 o'clock noon kickoff at Osseo High School. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for supporting Section 7 5A football, and please drive home safely. This concludes the award ceremony. Thank you.
So excited, Howie Shapiro. 23 years we've been waiting for a state tournament appearance. It's been 35 years since the Cardinals were at the state tournament back in 1983.
What a great celebration for these young men out here and for this coaching staff for Coon Rapids. And they've really had a nice season, quite obviously, and really, again, hats off to Andover. Did a great job of coming back and making a game, obviously, of this. They were down at one time 14-0, tied it up at 14. Coon Rapids would
certainly
great catch by Jordan Doe to turn that into a three-point opportunity.
Unbelievable catch by Jordan Doe. And, you go back to it, definitely a lot less fingernails on the Coon Rapids sideline after that fourth quarter because, it looked like the Huskies were going to be forced to punt. Even you and Harley, our stats expert, were saying, no, this has to be a punt.
Yep.
Position on the field, timing left in the game. It was 7-point down at that point. A huge fake, and they get Tremblay open to convert on fourth down, and they get into the end zone. And then, the catch by Jordan Doe at the goal line that set up the game-winning field goal by Alex Findlay, just unbelievable. David Jeebley, 9 yards into the end zone to put the Cardinals up 14-0 in the third quarter. Jeebley had a monster game, over 170 yards and that touchdown. But the Huskies, able to come back. Great two-point conversion. Jordan Doe throwing back to Jake Van Holzen. So that put the Cardinals up 14-0. But two fourth-quarter touchdowns for the Huskies brought them back to even. They needed that big fake punt conversion in order to get it. And here it is. Cardinals had the defense out there waiting for a fake, and yet they still run a fly route down the sidelines. They get Tremblay open over the top. Great pass from the punter, Ryan Holstad. That led to the touchdown by Frost. We had to wait about an hour for the signal from the referee, even though he's right there in the middle of the pile.
Gotta make sure.
But it was good, and here's that catch. He juggles it, gets his hand underneath it, and makes the catch. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Great catch. Fantastic camera work by the crack staff here at CTN. That led to the 23-yard Alex Findlay field goal with 43 seconds remaining. And the Andover Huskies try to come back, but turn it over on downs, and the Cardinals able to take a knee and head to the state tournament. Down on the sideline among the celebrating Cardinals is our Jen Halverson. Jen?
Thanks, Joe. Congratulations, guys, on the win. David, we'll start with you. Over 170 yards rushing tonight. What made you so effective out there?
The O-line did a wonderful job of blocking, and the coaches put together a good game plan, so that's what made it happen.
Can you describe the feeling when you knew that this was sealed?
I really can't. It's unbelievable, yeah. It's unbelievable.
Congratulations. Thanks, David. We'll move to Alex. Now, you were the catalyst that sealed this victory to take your team to state. How rewarding is that for you?
It's not rewarding for me at all, honestly. It's the guys blocking for me. It was tipped, so, I mean, I had a little help, right? No, it feels great. I knew as soon as it came off my foot, it was going to be good either way, so I can't thank the guys up front enough. It's great.
It's your senior year, and you're going to state. How are you going to celebrate after this?
I'm going to go home, take my 2 dogs, and nap. I'm going to nap real good. It's going to happen.
What are you looking forward to most after getting this victory and going to state?
Kicking at the bank, that's going to be just an unforgettable experience. Just hanging with the guys at school. I mean, just knowing that we have that connection, we'll have that forever. It's something special I won't forget.
Lucky, we'll go to you really quick. Yeah, Congrats, Alex. This group of guys, these seniors, they've been playing together since 8th grade. I see tears in your eyes. Take me through your mind right now.
This is something I won't forget ever. I won't forget this. It's just something like, I won't forget it. That's one thing I won't do.
You had a serious part making that first score to put the numbers on the board. How special is this for you?
Well, it's my first year playing football. It's my first ever score I've ever had in a football field. And I wouldn't have it any other way without my guys by my back, all that. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Is there anything you want to say to anyone back home or out there in the world?
I just want to thank everybody that's been behind my back, supporting me in every way. I just love y'all. I just love Coon Rapids. I love y'all.
Congratulations, Lucky.
Thank you.
Joe?
Thank you, Jen, and fantastic interview for Lucky Morange.
Yes,
we
I
talked
love
about
it.
him
What
a lot
emotion.
this season. Yeah, well, and the beauty is, we talked about it during this game. We talked about it throughout the season. He's a good athlete. We saw him on the basketball court. Great kid, great character.
Such a good kid.
Real hard worker. They got him to come out for football. He's a big, strong, athletic kid. Most of the time he was doing blocking, but he's come in with a couple of big catches. He had a 2-point conversion catch last week. In the semifinal win, comes up with a huge touchdown here tonight, and his first ever score couldn't come at a bigger time.
2 things I want to say, and I know it's sometimes hard for me just to say 2 things. The first thing, this is what high school football is about. The emotion on that young man's face, the tears coming down his eyes, the happiness, the celebration, that is fantastic. The one thing we didn't talk about, that catch by Doe, that was phenomenal. But that throw by Van Hulsen, who really didn't have a great night throwing downfield, put it right up over the defense, right where he needed to do, and then Jordan came down with that amazing catch.
Yeah, just so much fun. And you talk about it, yeah, absolutely. This is what you dream about. That snow, that precipitation, not dampening the mood on the field at all.
I mean, and then you look at the total yards in terms of pretty even, obviously, and Harley, our stats master, was telling me that even closer than that was the time of possession in this game. But Coon Rapids, 208 yards on the ground, a little less than 100 yards through the air, but that big pass at the end of this contest to get him down in that situation to kick that field goal, what a nice win for Coon Rapids. This season continues.
And now back down to the sidelines. Jen is with the victorious coach, Nick Russin.
First of all, congratulations on the big win, Coach. Now, you told me at the beginning of this season that if this team really learns to trust each other, they could be something great. Now you're on your way to state. Here we are. How have you seen that trust develop throughout this season?
You think about it, it's these boys buying into what we've started. And I couldn't be happier for these kids, these young men. They've been through a lot, and I told them that, everything that we've talked about through the season, all our themes of the week, all our, play for each other, this is where you got to do it. And what a great team win. And what a great job for our boys to stay mentally tough, to stay into it. And, I'm lost of words to describe it. Again, I'm so happy for these young men. They deserve it. They really do.
Coon Rapids has not been to a state tournament since 1983. You're bringing them back there with this group of guys. How special does it feel to be the coach to take that football program back?
Yeah, it's not just me. It's our assistant coaches with time in. It's our administration who supports us. It's our community who loves us. And this is what it's for. It's bigger than just us. It's bigger than just football. We're trying to do something special here at Coon Rapids. And this is obviously, it's a huge step in the right direction. And so it means a lot. It really does. And I'm honored to be a part of it. I'm honored to be here. I was grateful for the opportunity. And like I said, I'm so excited for these boys. And hopefully we're not done yet. Hopefully we can keep this thing moving forward. So it's a great moment. It's been a great season so far, and we're looking forward to the rest of it.
It started to snow right at the end as you guys were pulling home that victory. Is it confetti or a sign?
Hey, we'll take confetti. We'll take it as a sign. Either way, beautiful. It's a beautiful sight. You got a section championship. Celebrate on your home field. Nothing better.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Joe, Coon Rapids is going to state.
Words that we weren't sure we would hear, have not heard in a very long time. First time again for the football team in 35 seasons. And we will be there, Howie.
We will.
At Osseo next Saturday. The game is at noon. The rebroadcast at midnight. Hope that the Cardinal fans will fill the place and cheer them on. They'll face a familiar opponent.
They will.
The Spring Lake Park Panthers, a 28-21 winner over Cooper in the Section 5 championship, and that is who they will face, a team that the Cardinals beat during the regular season.
Yeah, they did. They beat them, I believe it was 23-14 in that contest. So, it is a familiar foe, and obviously both teams have continued to get better as the season has progressed. And this game on Saturday, so they'll get a little over a week for them to game plan and come out and fight their next battle.
Fantastic win for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. They are the Section 7 5A champions. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Jen Halverson and Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying goodnight.